Hello, this is Kate Morrissey Stahl at Revolution Therapy and Yoga. I also am a clinical assistant professor at the School of Social Work, and I've been invited to share a brief mindfulness exercise for Homecoming Week to support us all doing what we can during this intense time for our country and being present for each other as a community. So I'll invite you to first find somewhere to sit that feels comfortable for you. It could be on the floor, could be on a chair. Feel the support of the ground. You could even sort of push your legs or your feet into the ground a little bit, feeling your low body. And you could notice that you could shift your attention down into your low body, even if there's a lot of thoughts, emotions moving through in your upper body, that there's this groundedness to your low body. And what I'm going to invite us to do is spend a little time settling in, and then I'm going to share a meditation by a teacher I admire, Octavia Rahim, who works in Atlanta. So just setting aside a little bit of time to reflect on what's important. So if you'd like to, you could close your eyes. And as you have your attention in your low body, you could also expand it to include your breath. There's no need to change your breath. But you could just notice that you have the option when your mind starts to secrete thoughts to bring your attention to your breath. You have the option to bring your attention to your low body where you're connecting with and being supported by the floor. So you can direct your attention at will, and you can practice to do this more easily, even in situations of high stress. So, as you keep your breath, your awareness on your breath, I'll offer a reading from Octavia Rahim's book, Gather. And you could see if you could let the words sort of swirl through your mind, not especially grabbing onto one or the other, but just seeing what comes up for you. These are her meditations on the theme, do not shrink yourself. Once upon a time, my movement practice was a place for me to deepen my dysfunctional relationship with my body versus love it. I used yoga to try and tame, fight, and mindlessly manipulate my body into a different shape or size. I was practicing a form of self-harm under the guise of wellness for years. And I'm so grateful for the teachers and spaces along the way that supported me in learning to honor my body and being in whatever shape or size it is in. I'll offer a list of places that yoga gave her to grow, and you could see if there are things that come up in your mind around each of these areas. So for Octavia Rahim, her yoga practice has revealed strength inner and outer, a depth of compassion, how to honor my boundaries and other people's boundaries. The truth that can only be born from alignment. The power of stillness. How to move with intention. To acknowledge transitions and spaces in between. The means to access the layers of my being that are folded within and yet even more expansive than my body. Yoga has shown me how to stop trying to fit in, thus making myself small. We are meant to grow. So I'll invite you to call to mind people who have supported your growth, either by being examples or by teaching, mentoring. And so you could take a moment to offer gratitude to those people who support your growth. I think of Octavia Rahim, and I think of Nancy Rothenberg at the School of Social Work, and others. Who has supported you? And breathe. Keep some awareness on your breath. Keep some awareness on the grounding in your lower body. Finally, I'll invite you to call to mind an area where you might be shrinking yourself more than you need to, where you might be ready to grow, to take up space in a way that matters. So you could see if anything comes to mind. As an area where you care to put in more effort, to take up more space, to get something done, to do important work. Maybe work that's been supported by the mentors, teachers, examples. To which you've borne witness. Just for another few moments, bring your attention to your breath. You can savor this moment of being present in your body. One way that oppression works is by distracting us from our own experience. One way of homecoming, of coming home, is to be able to find our home in our own bodies, so that we have a safe haven, a place to rest, where we can build strength to go out into the world. So you could savor this last few moments of body awareness. And I hope that in some ways it's nourishing for you. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.